like to introduce you to our next cook, Monique. Please come in and join us, and let's share one of your favorite Latin dishes with our guests.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much. You've got it.
Okay. Hello, my name is Monique Labar, and I am going to be making a Mexican zucchini cheese soup. Now, it's a long name, don't get it messed up. It's a very easy dish, and I've been making it for years. My mom's been making it, my grandma's been making it, because we all like easy dishes. It takes 10 minutes to prepare, it takes 10 minutes to make, and then you got a great soup. Let's start. It's pretty easy. You're just going to heat up your pan. You need a big quart pan, I would say, and then you're going to put a little olive oil in the pan, and you're going to add a cup of chopped onions and 2 cloves of garlic that are chopped up pretty fine. You could put that all in one little bowl, put that together, and then we're going to add some olive oil to this. You're going to add your onions and your garlic. It's already sizzling. Sounds good. And you're going to kind of saute that for a couple minutes. So you just want it to kind of get everything, all the flavors infused together. And to that, you're going to add some fresh or dried oregano. I'm using dried because I like easy, but you can add fresh oregano if you would like. Just add, it calls for half a teaspoon, but you can add how much you want to add. Has a good smell, a good taste. Just put some in there. And then you are going to stir it up and kind of let it sit and let it kind of brown a little. There's nothing better than the smell of onions and garlic together. Adds a really good smell. Okay, so I'm letting that kind of cook and sizzling a little over there. I'm going to turn the heat on a little higher so it can get everything infused with flavor. See, do you hear that? Mix it all up. And then we are going to add the main important ingredient, which is the chicken broth. You're going to add 2 15-ounce cans of chicken broth, and just enough to fill it up pretty much. So you're just going to add that just straight in the quart pan. So it's really easy. Then you're going to kind of mix that together a little bit while keeping the heat on a simmering to medium. And then you are going to add another great ingredient, which is Mexican-style stewed tomatoes. This is really good because it's not your normal just tomatoes you put in. They're kind of stewed with flavor. They've got basil and oregano already in them, so they taste really good in the whole dish. So it's really good. And then you're going to stir that around, kind of let it sit, and then we can let it cook for a little bit. It's really easy to make with a chicken broth, but you can also make it with a vegetarian broth if you're a vegetarian or any dietary restriction. It's so versatile in that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up the magic ingredient, which is the zucchini. So you're going to take 2 medium zucchinis. You're also going to have 2 medium squash. And you're just going to cut off the sides of it. And then you're going to cut it lengthwise, so it's in the middle of it, and then all you're going to do is cut them in little slices. So a little slice, it says 1/4 inch, just make them small, and then just slice those up really quick. Don't do it too fast, you don't want to cut your finger. So there is the zucchini. The good ones are the bright green ones. Try to get the bright green zucchinis. Cut off the sides of the squash. And then just slice that one up the same exact way as you did with the zucchini. Lengthwise, and then you're going to slice it in little strips. And zucchini is almost the same exact as squash. It actually comes from the same family. Okay, so you have all of that. So there's enough right there. And what you're going to do is you have corn, and I just use the really easy in the can, and you just can drain it. You can use whatever you want, but it's really easy in the can. You just pop off the can and drain it. And it's about a 9-ounce can of that. And then another great ingredient that's in this is diced chili peppers. And this is what really adds the flavor to it. So diced chili peppers, and we're going to add that in. We're going to see how it's going right now. It's going good. It's pretty warm. It's great because all the flavors come together, the tomatoes, the oregano, the garlic, the onion, and it makes for really, really yummy food. Right now you're going to add in all of the zucchini and the squash. So straight in the pan, super, super easy. You don't have to dirty a lot of dishes. I'm going to put that in. Oh, they're falling all over the place. And then you're going to add in your corn. And then you're going to add in the chili peppers.
You speak a little louder.
Okay. And that's it. You can add a little pepper if you would like at the end. If you want it to have more flavor, a little pepper is always good. And I pretty much don't usually use salt because the chicken broth has enough salt in it already. So, and then you stir this up and you kind of wait 10 minutes and then it's done. So I have a couple more finishing touches at the end, but we'll just let that sit for 10 minutes and see how it goes. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 10 minutes. It's kind of simmering in here. And ooh, okay. So it's all pretty much finished until I add the finishing touches. So the last things that I am going to add is about 12 ounces of cheese. You can use any kind of cheese that you want. I'm using a blend of mozzarella, cheddar, a bunch of different kinds of cheeses. Just put that all in there so it gets really cheesy. And you're going to mix that in there. Ooh, I love cheese. It's looking good now. It's getting all goopy and wonderfully yummy. You're going to let that sit for a little bit. And then, if you want, add some cilantro. So you're going to chop a little bit up. You can put it in. The recipe calls for a 1/4 cup, but you can put as much as you want in there. Just chop that all up. Sprinkle that in there. And then the last thing that I am going to do is I have some crispy tortillas, and I'm just going to break these apart and stick them in there. So it's a little crunch in your soup. And this recipe is great because you can use it with anything. I was just talking to a lady and she was telling me how she uses this recipe for angel hair pasta. She puts all different kinds of pasta, you can put rice, and you can serve it with anything like that, and it's wonderful. You can serve it as just a soup, as a vegetarian soup, or you can even make it more hearty and you can add chicken strips to it. You can even add some steak. You can do whatever you want. And then I guess that's it, and it's finished, and you're just going to stir it up, let all the flavors simmer together, maybe for a minute or so, and it's pretty much ready to serve. Okay, after 10 minutes, the soup is ready. It smells wonderful. It's ready to be served. This is the Mexican zucchini cheese soup.